special is it to have this moment where you can go out to the statue and to celebrate his honor and everything he's meant to many of us?
It's a great day, and kind of in conjunction along with the Nationals, I think that we're starting to establish a pretty cool tradition for the players, and to get them together in front of Jackie's statue and just have a little bit of time to reflect and go back years and understand impact, legacy, and responsibility to us. And so, we had an opportunity to listen to Dr. Harry Edwards, which was great, and flew down from the Bay, and then also a good friend of mine, former Dodger great, baseball great, Reggie Smith. So he spoke and gave some anecdotes, and so I was really pleased for him to join us. And and obviously having the players here.
Skipper, how emotional a day is this for you?
It is. I think it's starting to be, I remember the first day I put on 42 as a player, and it's fun, it's emotional, but then as you start to get older, your scope gets a little bit more broad, and you start to understand, the real impact that he and myself, we can have on people, and spreading, history and knowledge and doing things the right way. And so it's special because, even watching our players kind of take in, words, it's impactful. And so I just believe that, it's a good opportunity to kind of bring Jackie, obviously, to life.
Thank you. You have a couple arms here in Vanasco, and are you going to be activated for today?
They're out there playing catch right now. So I don't know if one or both will be activated, and obviously there's going to be corresponding moves, but we should find out soon. But my guess is that one of them will be active.
What are the pitching plans for the next couple days? Do you want to have the bullpen game before the off day? Like, how do you want to?
The bullpen game will certainly come before the off day. I think if you're talking about, we got Yamamoto, and then I think it's Stone, and then Pax lined up. So
more for tomorrow.
Yeah, so there's going to be a bullpen game. Yeah, it has to be. And then hopefully we'll bring someone else to cover some bulk too in one of those two games.
With the office, Yamamoto has been on every Friday type schedule. So it seems like when do you want him to go, on normal rest, or do you want to keep him in that 6?
I don't foresee normal rest for quite some time. But yeah, it's certainly not off the table, but I don't see that happening soon.
Is Kyle hurt here to start one of these 2 games?
Potentially. We haven't made that decision yet, if he's even going to be active today versus tomorrow, then versus start or pitch out of the pen somewhere.
He's only going 2 innings at a time in a AAA. Huh?
Right.
You don't see him as a normal starter?
Correct. Given what his workload build up.
So he would be starting the bullpen game if he started?
Correct.
And then with Walker, like he's going to Thursday, and after that one, if all goes well.
If all goes well, then there's a real conversation if he were to join us or not.
Well, what's the plan for Jason Haber?
Jason is going to get back to doing some baseball activity, but it's just not. He's trending in the right way as far as feeling better, but the residual soreness has sort of been looming, and he's going to have to go on a rehab assignment given now the time off that he's had and going to have. So I don't know what the outlook is. I still believe it's going to be shorter term from here, but I don't know what the timeline is.
Hey Dave, I don't know if you caught what Kelly Jansen had to say the other day. He was talking about just the quality of baseballs and just how much more difficult it's been to get a grip of them, how fewer and further between like the balls that are rubbed up well are. It's harder just to find the right baseball. I'm just curious if you've heard any similar complaints from your own players that baseballs are just not rubbed up well enough this year.
I have. I think that that's I think the main thing that Major League Baseball was trying to prioritize is having it consistent. And and every ballpark relative to weather, humidity, altitude, trying to make the baseball as consistent for the pitcher as possible. But as far as Kenley's thoughts on it's slick, it's not tacky enough, I haven't heard that from our guys. But when they do go other places, you can certainly hear murmurs. But I really don't have enough kind of insight in that. I do know that Major League Baseball's trying to get it as consistent as possible.
When did you meet Reggie Smith the first time?
I met Reggie, gosh, I think when I was a player here, so it's been over 20 years.
Did you? You were pretty young for
Thank you.
a lot of his career. I'm roughly the same age. I'm with you on that. But no, did you were watching growing up?
I did not.
Kershaw was on the field throwing and it looked like Brad was doing some long toss. As far as you know, is everything progressing the right way?
It is. Clayton's progressing nicely. It's still going to be, he's still, out the ways out. Gratterall threw a bullpen today. So he should be facing some hitters and going on a rehab assignment hopefully soon. What soon is, I don't know, but I do know that he's had a really good last week.
Any update with Emmett?
Emmett, no, status quo. So we're still kind of just waiting to see, the next course of action. But he's going to be, a ways out.
Has he started playing catcher?
No.
Dave, what should this day, Jackie Robinson Day, be about in terms of obviously recognizing what he did, but is there part of you personally that thinks about what exactly he went through to accomplish what he did?
I do think about that. I think that what people have to gather is not just specific to colored ball players. It's not just specific to baseball. He essentially set the tone for Martin Luther King, and so those were his words. And so you're talking about civil rights. Jackie was leading the charge in many respects, and so I definitely think about what he went through. And I think that's a healthy exercise, and I still can't. I don't have the gravity of what he went through. I still can't do it. I've heard from my father stories, but unless you live it, you can't. But I'm trying to appreciate it. But it's a good exercise for everyone, I think.